Good evening. Today we are going to see the problems related with stresses. So we have to analyze the stress. And analyze means we have to find forces in the members. Analyze the stress. Now let us we have this as 2 meter. So we have this as 2 meter. Now what are steps in this? We know first step 1 we have identify zero force member. Identify zero force member. Now here we have two criterias, but these criterias, following criteria is applicable. Following criteria applicable for joints without reactions and loads. So first we have two members at joint. Then we have in that case both zero. So do we have this situation? So we have at A reactions, at D reactions, B load, C at the point where we do not have any reaction or we do not have any external load. How many members are there? Two. So we have both zero. So CB also zero, CD is also. How we will get this? So if we will take these as, and if we will consider joint C, we have this will be FCB and this will be FCD. Then if we will apply summation Fx equal to 0, then we will get equal to minus FCB and therefore we will get FCB equal to 0. And similarly by applying Fy0 equal to minus FCD and therefore we will get FCD also 0. Now we have second, we have three members are there. So second criteria, three members, and in this out of three, two should be collinear. Two should be collinear. Then third will be 0. Then third will be 0. So we have these two criteria. Now here we have joint B, we have two members but not collinear. A we have reactions, D we have reactions. So we cannot apply, B also we cannot apply. So this is my step 1. What is step 2? So I have step 2. Consider the joint with maximum two unknowns. Consider joint with maximum two unknowns. Why two unknowns? Because each joint will act as concurrent force system. And in concurrent force system, we have only two equations, summation Fx0 and summation Fy0, because all forces passes through the same joint. Now we will see, do we have any joint with maximum two unknowns? So if we will go to joint B, we have this BC0. So unknown is BA and BD. So if we will consider this joint separately and if we will try to solve it, then we will have this as these are two members. So we have this as 45 kilonewtons. Then we have this angle. Now we have both angles as 45 degrees. So now this we have 0. So we have this member F, BD, and then we have this member, always consider tensile, FBA. Now we have in x direction only one unknown, which is component of FBD. So we have summation Fx equal to 0. So we have component of FBD in positive direction. So we have FBD cos 45 plus 45, and that is equal to 0. And from this we will get FBD equal to minus. So we have 45 divided by cos 45 and value is 63.64 kilonewtons. And then we will apply summation Fy0. So we have this as minus, so we have compression. Then summation Fy0. So we have minus FBA minus FBA and a component of BD again minus because in downward direction minus FBD sine 45, and that is equal to 0. And if we will solve this, we will get FBA that is equal to 45 kilonewton, value is plus, so tensile. So now we will show these values in the diagram. So we have BD compression. So we have BD compression and value we have 63.64 kilonewton. And then BA tensile and value we have 45 kilonewtons. Now we have to find now force in member DA. So now if I will consider joint D, so now we will go next step, that is this is joint B. Now we will consider joint C and then we will solve joint C. So we have joint C. Now joint C we are in this fashion. So we have this will be DB member, this will be DA. Then we have vertical in which force is 0 and we have this will be RD. So this is RD. Then we have this as compression, value is 63.64. Now for this joint D, I will apply summation Fx equal to 0. We have this will be force in member DA. And then we will get it equal to minus FDA plus 63.64 cos 45, and that is equal to 0, gives me value of FDA and that is equal to 45 kilonewton. Value is plus, so it is tensile. So we will show this value 45 kilonewton and that value we have tensile in the diagram. And this will gives us all values. So we have this will be tensile 45 kilonewtons. So we have these are the forces. So here we need not require to find the reactions. So this is first problem, and then we will go with another one problem, and that is find forces in the members. So this is second. So we have find forces in members. Forces in all members. Now we have step 1. So we have that step 1 find 0 force members. So step 1, 0 force members. Now we know we have to first see, is any joint without reaction or forces? So we have A, D, C, we have only B. Now at B, do we have two members? No, we have three members. So first criteria, which we are going to say, two members at a joint, then only both 0. If now we have next three members, so we will go, we have three members S. We have BD, BA and BC. Out of the, we have two collinear, yes, we have two collinear. So what will be force in BD? So automatically we have force in member BD, and that force is equal to 0. Now we have to go step 2. Now what is step 2? So we have to see, is there any joint with maximum 2 unknowns? So step 2. Now in this 0 force member we have FBD equal to 0 or FDB equal to 0. So joint with maximum 2 unknowns. So which joint? So we have joint B, because at joint C we have 3 unknown, A we have 4 unknowns, because 2 reactions and 2 members 4, 1 reaction and 2 members 3. So at D we have DA and DC. So now we will consider this joint and then we will solve this joint to get forces in members. So we have, now this is 4, this is 4. So we will have, now we will draw this. So we have this angle, this force 100 kilonewton. We have horizontal 120 kilonewton. Then we have this angle that is 45 degrees. Now then we have this angle, we have 4 by 3. So we have shift tan inverse 4 by 3. We will get it as 53.13. So this angle is 53.13. So we have this will be F DA and we have this will be F DC. So now we will apply summation Fx equal to 0. So we have minus FBA cos 45 plus FDC cos 53.13 plus 120 equal to 0. And from this we will get minus FBA cos 45 plus FDC cos 53.13, and that is equal to minus 120, which is equation 1. And then we will apply another equation, summation Fy0, which will be equal to minus FDA, because it is downward, sine 45, FDC also downward, minus FDC, sine 53.13, 100 is also downward, equal to 0. And then we will get it as FDA sine 45 plus FDC sine 53.13, and that is equal to 100 minus 100. And then we have this will be equation 2. And then if we will solve these two equations, then we will get both unknown. So we have minus cos 45, then we have cos 53.13, which is equal to minus 120. Then we have sine 45, then we have sine 53.13 and minus 100, and we will get FD, sorry, we have this as F FDA. So this is not BA, this is FDA. So FDA. So this is FDA and FDC. So FDA we will get it as 36.37 kilonewton plus so tensile, and FDC we have minus 157.14 kilonewton, minus means compression, and then we have to show these forces, and then from this we will get value of dA plus, that is tensile, and we have this as 36.37, and value in DC we have minus, so compression, and value we have, that is 157.14. So we have these values. So you can see 157.14 cos 53.13 and plus 36.37 cos 45. We will get 120 towards left. And then similarly, if you will calculate, you will get y0. So now we are interested with BC. So now here I will consider joint C. So we have this joint C, we have this reaction, and force in this we have 157.14, and this angle we have 53.13. This force we have FCB. This is joint C. And now you apply summation Fx equal to 0. You have minus FCB plus 157.14 cos of 53.13 equal to 0, and we will get value of FCB, that is equal to 157.14 cos of 53.13, and that value is 94.28 kilonewton. Positive means tensile, so we have this will be 94.28 kilonewtons. Similarly, if I will consider joint B, now at joint B we have this is 0, force in this is 94.28, automatically this will be equal and opposite, 94.28 in FBA. This is joint B, and therefore we have force in this member, and that is 94.28 kilonewtons. And these are the forces in all members of the truss. So today we will stop here only. So thank you.